The following is the Fatal 4-Way Podcast, and it is scheduled for one fall.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Fatal 4-Way. I'm your host, Dylan Oliver, joined by my co-host, Rippy Galindo and Luke Carter. Today, we're missing our fourth Justin Lacertosa.
Yeah, not a Fatal 4-Way, just a triple threat.
That is true. That is what it is today. But we still have a great show ready for you guys all here today. So to start it off, last week we had a fantasy draft of WWE theme songs. We put a poll out there on Twitter, on our Twitter account, which is
at Fatal 4-Way Blaze.
And now we are here to reveal the winner of the draft, voted on you guys, the fans. Luke, give us the rankings.
Yeah, how's everyone doing tonight? Here we go.
Oh, man.
With 14% in last place, Justin Lacertosa.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Also, I shouldn't have said last place because
Okay.
tied for third, I guess, with another 14% is Rippy Galindo.
Yeah, that
doesn't make any sense.
That was
at
the
all.
early favorite for last
No,
place, so those two
no,
add up so
I don't
far.
think so.
In
Nope.
second place with 29% was me, which means our winner with 44% of the viewer vote, Dylan Oliver, takes home the win.
Can you
Launching an
break
investigation right now?
Can you break down the 5 picks I made again real quick?
You picked Metalingus, Burn in My Light, Just Close Your Eyes, Slow Chemical, and Line in the Sand.
Yeah, I think I had a real advantage having the number 1 overall pick in the draft because I think it's very universally known Metalingus is the best pick. It's like drafting 2023 Christian McCaffrey. He's going to win you a lot of games, and that's what Metalingus did for me here today. All right.
My Sami Zayn pick put me in the mud. For sure.
Well, appreciate all the fans for voting for me. Glad you have the same taste in theme music as I do. All right, now let's get into what's actually going on in the world of wrestling. Tonight, we of course have Monday Night Raw, and it's shaping up to be an interesting show. We have a number 1 contenders match for the WWE World Tag Team titles between the New Day, War Raiders, previously known as the Viking Raiders, and Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee.
When did they change their name to War Raiders?
I'm
When did
not
that
entirely
happen?
sure.
Okay.
But we also have Zelina Vega versus Ivy Nile, Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser, and the one I'm most excited for is, of course, Dirty Dominic Mysterio versus a former world champion. Now, they're not revealing who it is. There hasn't been any real leaks, I guess, so far, or theories of who it could be, so we're going to come up with some theories here. And
I think Luke.
Luke, you can
Yeah.
start us off. You were talking about a pretty good one, so let's hear it.
So they didn't specify the gender of this former world champion, and I think we might have one of our first intergender matches in WWE in a long time. I think it's going to be Rhea Ripley. I think Rhea Ripley's going to give Dom a beating on Raw tonight, and it'll be hilarious.
That'd be a fun one.
I think
for
that's
sure.
a very fun pick.
Yeah, I think, and Dominic's reaction if Rhea came out
Would be
awesome. It'd be
Yeah.
hilarious, and it would just be, I think, him getting chased around the ring the entire match, and that would be very entertaining.
Rippy, do you have any thoughts or predictions on who this one could be?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know that they were doing that match, so I didn't have a lot of time to think about it. But Rhea Ripley makes sense to me. They got that beef. Rhea wants to murder Dominic the first chance she gets, so why wouldn't she jump on that opportunity and beat the crap out of him on Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, and I do love the Rhea Ripley pick, and I honestly hope that is what it is because I think everybody would love that. But I don't know. We just haven't seen an intergender match in so long that I don't know if they would do it right now on Monday
Bliss
night.
versus Randy Orton, Fastlane 2020. That is the most recent one.
Yes, but still, that's been, 3-4 years now, so it has been a minute, and that's Randy. Randy will fight and RKO women if he feels like it on occasion, but since I'm going to go a different route, the last time it was somebody, a returning world champion.
No.
Luke and I were there. We were there for day 1, the start of this year, 2024. That returning world champion was none other than Jinder Mahal. So maybe they're doing this one again to us. Triple H, give me Jinder Mahal versus Dominic Mysterio here tonight.
Please, no.
And then let's touch on one more thing of tonight's show. The number one contenders match for the World Tag Team titles. New Day, War Raiders, Rey Mysterio, and Dragon Lee. Who do we think are winning and why?
I'm going to take Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. I think the WWE wants to push them as a true, like, contending tag team. So I got them winning tonight.
I want to hear Dylan's pick first.
I'm going to go with the New Day because, you know, the New Day are just a great tag team that are always very reliable. And I think that they win this tournament, go on to fight the tag team champions, and then lose, showing that they were so close once again, but just can't get it done anymore, which will lead them to their descent and eventual breakup between Kofi and Xavier.
It's the New Day, Ray, and Dragon Lee, and which one?
The War Raiders.
The War Raiders. I'm going to take the War Raiders on this one, solely because you took the other two.
That's
Both
fair.
of you. So
Now at least one of
Yeah,
us will
exactly.
will have the
I think that's just
predictions
for the integrity
off.
of the show,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. And now we'll jump into what's going on this weekend for WWE. They're traveling. They're going all the way to Saudi Arabia on Saturday for WWE Crown Jewel. And we have quite the match card so far. 6 confirmed matches. We have the WWE Men's Crown Jewel Championship match between the WWE Champion, Cody Rhodes, and the World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther. We have the WWE Women's Crown Jewel Championship match between Women's Champion, Nia Jax, and other Women's Champion, Liv Morgan. We have a United States Championship triple threat match between LA Knight, Andrade, and Carmelo Hayes. Then we also have a WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match between, I'll name all the teams later just to sake of time. Then we have Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins in what I think is going to be quite a good match. And then, of course, Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. So what are our thoughts going to be on the show before we jump into predictions?
I think it's one of the better Saudi Arabia show cards we've ever had. They're not trying to do too much, bringing back old washed-up legends. They're not using it as filler. Like, every match on this card has a reason. Like, yeah, the whole Crown Jewel Championship thing is a little weird, but hey, Cody Rhodes versus Gunther, sign me up.
Yeah.
They might not have a good reason for fighting each other, but two of the best in the business fighting each other, I'm sad.
It does seem like that Crown Jewel belt is getting a lot of hate, just maybe because it looks goofy or maybe because it doesn't mean anything. But like you said, it's giving us a fantastic match, and I'm excited for this card because there's a lot of stars in it, and it just seems like the build to WrestleMania is like starting with this pay-per-view for me, it feels like.
Yeah, and with this show, I do think that the match card is absolutely stacked, and we're going to get some great quality matches. But I do have to say I'm not a huge fan of the Crown Jewel Championship thing. I do think it's kind of pointless, and I'd rather just see the two champions go and defend their titles and fight against some other people. But I do understand, give the people what they want, which is champion versus champion. But now I got to say, like you said, they're not bringing back a bunch of old legends. They're not doing a DX versus Team Hell No or anything like that. But for the first time ever, I would rather have Goldberg on the Saudi show than not. I would have loved to see Gunther versus Goldberg in Saudi for the world title, or world title versus career, and finally just have Goldberg be sent off, let Gunther retire and retain the title, send him off in front of a huge crowd in Saudi, because let's face it, I think that's where they're going at some point down the line after what we saw, the Goldberg-Gunther interaction last PLE.
Yeah, I mean, Goldberg just never does it for me, so
yeah, but
I get it's going to happen eventually, but I'm okay with it not happening. I hope it doesn't happen at all.
I did like their little interaction that they had. What was that, 2 weekends ago, 2 SmackDowns ago?
It was that Bad Blood.
Or was that Bad Blood? Yeah, it was that. Yeah. but I don't think there will be anything that furthers that story in the future. Maybe there will be a callback at WrestleMania, but I don't think in this pay-per-view we'll see anything from Goldberg.
Yeah, no, not this pay-per-view, but I'm saying in one of the next couple of PLEs in the next few months, I fully expect Gunther versus Goldberg title versus career match.
All right.
Goldberg has been not begging, but made it publicly known multiple times now that he has wanted a retirement match and that Vince would never give it to him. And that he doesn't want... What was his last match? Was it
Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber 2022.
Yeah. He's made it publicly known he does not want that to be the last match he has and would like a proper send-off and a proper retirement match. And so I think just having him there and kind of planting the seeds just makes me think, okay, Triple H is finally going to give it to him and let him have it against a dominant force, somebody that should and is rightfully able to take out a monster like Goldberg.
Well, I think we should get into the match-by-match predictions here for the Crown Jewel card. Let's start with the Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag Team match for the Women's Tag Team Championships. You got Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair defending their belts against Damage Control, the Metaphor, and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. I'm going to personally take Jade and Bianca to retain. I know it, like at some point they have to lose them because they're going to fight each other going into WrestleMania. I just don't think it's here yet. Maybe a month or two more and they'll lose them, but I think they get the win in Saudi.
I agree. I do think they will retain. It just doesn't seem like maybe like Damage Control. It might, like, I think in my mind is the closest contender for it, but still I don't think that they're going to be able to get it done at the end of this match. And I really just don't see anyone else holding the belts at the end of this pay-per-view other than them.
I think there's going to be a new champion just because why make it I think that they are looking for an excuse and a reason to take these belts off of Jade and Bianca without them looking weak and getting pinned themselves. So let's throw them in this four-team women's tag match so that someone else can eat the pin and we can give it to someone new. And, we just saw on last Friday some random new tag team jump in and take the tag team titles off the Bloodline, the Motor City Machine Guns.
Who are great, by the way.
Yeah,
They looked amazing.
Came in, second match ever for the WWE, took it off the Bloodline, new tag team champions. I don't know much about Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson.
It's Casey. It's Katana Chance and Jakara. Or is that who it is?
No,
they're new people.
Lash Legend.
Okay.
is a new person in here.
I would watch the SmackDown highlights like earlier today, and I had no idea.
Not entirely sure who she is.
I love those.
But I'm going to take them.
All right.
Yeah.
New name. Triple H is all about building new stars and getting new talent in. So I think that these two are going to come in, maybe pin Chelsea Green because it seems like that's all she's here for nowadays in the company. So they're going to pin her. They're going to walk out of there with the tag team championships. And this can then, again, like I said with the New Day, start to the breakup between Jade and Bianca, eventually leading to their WrestleMania match, although we do still have some time before we get there. All right, next match we have here. Let's go to the triple threat match for the United States Championship. We have LA Knight versus Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. Who wants to start us off?
I'll go first. I am super excited for this match. This is going to be awesome. Three guys that can just wrestle their hearts out, and the rivalry between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes on SmackDown has been great. I would like to see a new champion here. I want Carmelo Hayes or Andrade to win it, but I do think LA Knight will retain here. But I hope eventually one of the two, Andrade or Carmelo Hayes, gets the belt, but I think LA Knight wins in Saudi.
I think that there will be a new champion. I think Carmelo Hayes is going to be the one to get it, and I think that it will set up a nice little LA Knight chasing back his belt kind of segue maybe into WrestleMania, and it will be chasing after that. I don't know if we'll get it before WrestleMania or at WrestleMania, but I do think he will lose it at Crown Jewel. Thank you.
Yeah, I am with Rippy here. I'm taking Carmelo Hayes to win the United States Championship in this match. I just feel like LA Knight, ever since he won the title, is he's just not been as exciting as of late. I feel like I haven't seen as much of him. I feel like I haven't heard the crowd pop as much for him. And I feel like Carmelo Hayes is an up-and-coming superstar that they want to get the championship belt on, and he's very, very talented, and he's just great in the ring. So again, I think Triple H sees that, sees how good he is, and wants to build him into the star that he knows he can be. And so he's going to give it to him in Saudi in front of this huge, huge crowd, put the belt on him, and then see what he can go with that. But yeah, I don't know. I have not loved LA Knight as the champion, and
he needs a fire to be lit under him to get him motivated again, like losing the belt.
Yeah, so I'm with Rippy here. I'm going to take Carmelo Hayes in this one. Up next, we have Big Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins. Now, this is a rivalry that has been brooding for quite some time. It's been months and months now since their initial altercation, which Brunson was just out there trying to make a name for himself, attacking people left and right, ended up attacking Seth Rollins, put him on the shelf for a decent amount of time. Then Seth came back, attacked him, and just back and forth. Now we're finally going to see them in the ring together on a big PLE event. Bronson Reed, Seth Rollins. Who do we have?
It's got to be Brunson. The whole thing feels redundant if Seth wins. It's a no-brainer to me. Bronson Reed goes over. You make him look very strong. Seth does not need this win.
I would agree that Seth will lose this match because, I mean, do the math. Look at Bronson Reed. Look at Seth Rollins. He's like 200 pounds heavier than him. How is he going to lift that guy up and slam him on the mat? It's just not possible. So Bronson Reed's going to win, but I'm very excited for this match just to see how the two are in a ring and interact in a ring together and how their chemistry will flow. I'm very excited for it, and I wouldn't necessarily... No, I would. Actually, I take that back. I was about to say I wouldn't hate to see Seth Rollins win, but I want to see Bronson Reed win. So Bronson Reed all the way, baby.
Yeah, like you were saying, Bronson Reed, 330 pounds. Seth Rollins, 225. So he does have well over 100, or not well over, but a bit over 100 pounds on him. I'm taking the opposite of you guys. I'm going to predict Seth Rollins to win this match. I don't like it. I agree that Bronson Reed should win, but I think that Triple H is going to give the crowd what they want. They're going to give one of the biggest names in the company a win and just have that Saudi Arabia crowd going crazy, singing Seth's song. But I don't like the booking plan if that is what it is, because what is the point of giving Seth the win if you're trying to make Bronson Reed this big monster and he's been doing all these things, attacking so many people, doing so much damage, why then make him look weak and lose to Seth? But I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like the people love Seth and the people are going to this show. It's only in Saudi every once a year. They go there to see their people and see their people win. I think Triple H is going to give them what they want, and I think what they want is a Seth Rollins victory. So I have
Seth Rollins' last match?
Money in the Bank against Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship when Drew McIntyre tried to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase and failed.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, and it's been a minute since he has won a match.
Mm-hmm.
So I have Seth Rollins, you two with Bronson Reed. And now the next match, Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. I'm very excited for this one. What do you guys think?
No, you go first, Dylan.
All right, I'll go first.
I needed time to think about this one.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll go first with this one. I loved the promo Triple H and Randy Orton cut with each other last Friday, talking about Randy out there talking about how he's the apex predator. It sounds like he's trying to, or Triple H is trying to protect Kevin Owens from Randy, and then Triple H hits him with the, "No, Randy, I'm trying to protect you from KO." And that told me everything. Kevin Owens is going in here, and Kevin Owens is winning this match. They are trying to make him sound so dangerous and so strong after seeing what he did attacking Cody Rhodes out in a parking lot, and just the anger he has right now, and the heel persona that he's going to, the heel character he's going to be, I'm assuming, be in for the next however long. They're going to make that a big-time star. like he has been in the past. And it starts with a huge win over Randy Orton, and it's going to continue Randy Orton's streak of like not being able to win a premium live event match for I don't even know how long it's been now.
Yeah, have you guys ever watched John Cena versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam 2014?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting that type of feel from this match. I think Kevin Owens wins, and it's not particularly close. It's a mauling. Randy's going to look washed, and Kevin Owens is going to destroy him. And I don't think it'll be the last we see of him on the night.
Of Randy?
Of Kevin.
Of Kevin. Oh, okay.
We'll get there soon.
Yes. Yeah, going back to that SmackDown promo that he had with Triple H, I just thought it was funny how they made it a point of, or at least Triple H made it a point of, like, Randy, you got to be careful. Once we make this match a thing, you got to watch your back. And then first thing he does during the show is jump in the ring to save Cody. He didn't get hurt or didn't hit anyone, but I just thought it was funny. He's just ready to put his body on the line at all times. But I do think that Kevin Owens will win, like you guys were both saying. He seems like he's just fueled with rage, and rage when is hard to stop. And I just think he has way too much motivation to beat him, move him out the way, and then maybe go after Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. I just want to say, quick fact: Randy Orton, or I think it's a fact. Randy Orton. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
His last singles premium live event win was against The Fiend at WrestleMania 37.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's been over 3 years
since he won
a singles match on a PLE.
Man,
so
like, I'm
we'll
rooting
see
for
if
Randy,
that streak
honestly.
continues. I think it's going to, but yeah, hopefully he can get one of those sometime soon.
I would love to see it.
All right, we then have the Women's Crown Jewel Championship match between Nia Jax and Liv Morgan. Who do we have?
I have Liv. I think Liv is just a little more popular in the eyes of the fans. I don't think she'll win cleanly, that's for sure. I think the whole Judgment Day will come out because none of them are on the card. So what else are they going to be doing?
Right.
I think all of them will come out, cause havoc. We might get another Tiffany Stratton cash-in tease. But, yeah, it feels like Liv with the new belt.
Tease for a crown jewel belt?
No,
She
for
can cash in
right.
for any belt
for
she
either
wants.
belt.
True.
But yeah, I got Liv. I'm going to say Tiffany Stratton. A combination of Tiffany Stratton messing things up for Nia and the Judgment Day get Liv the win.
I agree. I think Liv, she just has more of, as you were saying, that popular factor, more of the star factor right now than Nia Jax. So I think it'll be a good match, but there will definitely be some interference too, and Liv will come away with the win.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a very messy match. It's going to be very overbooked. A lot of stuff is going to happen in it. And honestly, I have no idea who I think is going to win this match. I could really see the interferences going either way. You know what? I think just to be different, I'm going to take Nia Jax just because I really could see it going either way. Yeah, I got no other real reason other than that. I'll take Nia.
There you go.
And now the main event, what I'm assuming to be the main event, the men's Crown Jewel Championship match between Cody Rhodes and Gunther.
I think this is going to be a fantastic match. Two of the best workers in the world. My prediction is Gunther, and I think it's due to a Kevin Owens distraction, and I think the show goes off the air with Kevin Owens putting Cody Rhodes either through the announce table with a powerbomb or powerbombing him on the apron, setting up Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes at Survivor Series.
I like it.
I also think Gunther will win, regardless if there is any interference or not. I just think Gunther's straight up better than Cody Rhodes in the ring, and he will break him down.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with Gunther here. I think he's just been too dominant of a force in this company recently, and they're going to continue to build him to be that. Yeah, Kevin Owens could definitely get involved. I could see it ending that way, but I would love to see it be clean, but I know they're not going to try and make either champion look weak, so I think it's very likely that there is some sort of interference from somebody, but it will end up being Gunther. And then one more match that could possibly be added to the card is the original Bloodline, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, versus the new Bloodline of Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga, who everybody loves. So that should be very interesting. We'll see on Friday night if that match gets announced. As of right now, it's not official, but it definitely could become official fairly soon.
And before we go, you guys tuning in to watch Big AJ and Big Justice on AEW with their pay-per-view this week?
Absolutely. My favorite wrestler of all time, Big AJ, making his AEW debut. I hope the Rizzler's there, and I hope the Rizzler gets thrown into the ring to get the pin. That would make my day.
They'll bring the boom and hopefully the attendance ratings up.
Yeah, so Costco guys on AEW, that's how you know business is booming over there.
And we didn't talk about the biggest star at the last SmackDown show.
Mark
was there.
Made it too. A whole lot we got to talk about next time. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next week.